Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Vigilante My Hero Academia Illegals episode number 1 reaction. Okay, this is one of the, I guess, spin-offs, I'm assuming, from of My Hero Academia. And this is something, as far as I know, correct me if I'm wrong, something that happens before like the original My Hero Academia that's happening now. And I have always had my eye on the manga. I didn't read it because I knew it was just a matter of time it'll get adapted. And I'm actually looking forward to this one quite a bit because I don't know, I feel like the whole Vigilante, like seeing how like these characters are going to probably fight evil. And I'm assuming because they're called Vigilante, they're not officially recognized as heroes. It should be interesting to see. And I have heard from other people that this is a lot more like darker than My Hero Academia. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but or if people are correct or not. But from what I've heard that this is a little bit different. A lot more, I guess you could say, mature, maybe, in that sense, anyways, I don't know. I'm going in blind, so I'm just looking forward to whatever's we're going to see. And yeah, let's see whether I like it or not. So let us begin. Episode number 1. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is a preference, and let's get started. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. So many times we've seen this like thing, this recap thing. Yeah. Yep. Yes. The vigilantes. Okay. There you go. Okay. Yeah. So it happens before My Hero Academia. Okay. Okay. Illegals. Okay. What the? Okay. Okay. Damn, he's gliding. Okay, is that like his power or something? Wait, oh! Okay, so we will be seeing a lot of the characters from My Hero Academia as well, like the original heroes. Makes sense. And I feel like I saw Ingenium, but I'm guessing that's his brother. Ida's brother. Because as far as I can remember, he was probably active during this time. Okay, Vigilante. A member voluntary committee organized to suppress, punish crime somewhere. Yeah. I'm here, okay. I hunger. Oh my, yo. That's not food. Damn. Oh, All Might is here. Damn, there's no questions asked. Damn. I don't know. Damn, that was fast. 30 seconds it took him. Right. Oh. Yeah. Okay, great. Right. Okay, so he can slide. That's an interesting ability. Slide and glide. I wonder how he's gonna fight with this. Okay, that's interesting. Activate because that is 3 point contact. Okay. Oh. Oh, damn. That is. That. Okay. Well, it won't let you get tired, I guess. You can run forever. Or slide forever. She's the girl in the opening. She's an idol? Pop step. Self proclaimed freelance idol. She's doing the dance on top of a traffic light? Right? That's one place to. Right. Whoa, what the? What's happening? Right. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. I was gonna say, aren't you gonna get late? Hmm. Yeah. Oh no! Well, I guess that's a problem, water and stuff. You cannot glide on them. Oh no, he's back at the. Damn. Oh, are you for real? Yeah, what type of coincidence is this? And now he cannot leave. He's on duty. Like, oh boy. Hmm. Damn. Oh. Wait. Oh, thank. Wait, is that Izuku's mom? Oh my god. For a moment, I thought she was gonna steal or something, but now he's doing this. Nice guy. So he does volunteering, basically. That's funny. I was thinking he was going to do something. Wait. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, he saw him gliding away. Yeah. Dweeby. Okay, so her quirk is like jumping or something? Oh my god. Why they followed him here? Okay, great. All right. Oh boy. Oh, that's paint. I thought that was like a mask or something. Yeah. Damn, he's that. Oh my god, He didn't even budge. Whoa! But where's the heroes? Oh, right. This is the other guy in the opening. Well, hmm. Oh, right. Okay, he did kind of remind me of All Might a little bit. His. Wait, did he? That was a horrible entrance. I was going to say. Yeah, you see you've seen his size. He can literally pummel you into a paste. Yeah, you're the one to say that, you little piece of. Knuckle duster. Janitor of the fist. Yeah, there you go. Damn. Wait, he's looking for someone? He's trying to sneak off. Oh boy. Um. Oh yeah, he saw him trying to help. That's a lie. Yeah, that's true. He does help people. Why would he do that otherwise? I don't need it. You can be a vigilante and illegal. True. All Might said that in episode 1 of. Uh, what the hell? Wait. He just. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Oh, here it comes. Whoa! Oh, I thought he punched him as well. I thought he got both of them. But yeah, okay. Oh boy. Yeah, he's looking for someone. Wow. He's like, bro, I don't. I want to get out of here. Oh my god. Haimawari Koichi, that's his name. That, nah, man. Um. Okay, now you're just fishing through his fridge. Damn, he is such a contrast from All Might, but there's still something the same within them. Oh my god, it's that big honcho, I think. This guy is probably trouble. He has a cut mark. Oh, that's what they're offering them. That's why trigger. That's why they're looking for discoloration in the. Oh my god. Damn. Now, a lot of these things get unchecked, you know. Oh. Yeah, it'll take time for them to come. Huh. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Damn. Hmm. Yeah, he said we beat him up. I was gonna say. He literally said we beat him up and then we checked the tongue. The way. Oh my god. Well, he's, you know, yeah. True. Oh, maybe. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, he's just tired from his work. Leave him alone. No, his tongue is fine. Oh, end of a, yeah. Yeah. Maybe it's for his son or something. What the hell? Oh, okay. Oh god. Oh, Eraserhead is here. Yep. Um. Right. Damn, you already got in trouble. Well, if you start hitting everyone, it's bound to happen. Oh, is that her? Yeah. Okay, and that was the first episode of Vigilante My Hero Academia Illegals. And yes, so obviously from the title in itself, it is pretty obvious. We are dealing with heroes here who are not licensed. So basically, who take matters in their hands and, obviously try to help other people, but sometimes, as you can see, yeah, things don't go pretty well. But Koichi here obviously is our main character who has the same burning passion of love for heroes and helping other people. That's why you can see when he gets stressed, he goes out to help people. Just picks up things that they dropped, puts trash in the bins, and does good stuff. And that is why that is what the other guy. What was his name? Knuckle Duster, right? I don't think they mentioned his original name. They just called him Knuckle Duster. I'll call him Knuckle Duster for now. Knuckle Duster. That's what he said, and he was like, because of that, you have the thing within you to be a hero, and yeah, you might have some crappy quirk. It doesn't matter. What matters is what you like. What is matters is the inside. If you have the like if you have the what's that word, like if you want to help people in need, if your body starts moving automatically when you want to help people. And it's the same thing that All Might said, if you remember, in the very first episode. After seeing Midoriya go and help Bakugo, he said, he was like, yeah, like if you have that within you, then you're a hero. And yeah, there you go. That's the same thing that he said. Now I can kind of like draw parallels here. Obviously, I'm guessing Knuckle Duster is supposed to be like a parallel to All Might, but he's more of the like a I don't know, like more of the what can I say? Like he's like a crazy rogue version of All Might. Like he's just like going into like trying to just force Koichi to help him, going in his room, just grabbing his stuff and like drinking it, and just forcing him to help him out. Then just going up, trying to beat other people up, trying to check whether their tongue is discolored or not. All these things. I guess yeah, it's definitely very very different from All Might. But I can see that they're kind of drawing a parallel to that. Koichi is obviously a parallel to Midoriya, I'm assuming, because obviously of his personality, how he wants to help people and everything. Pop Step, I don't know. I guess we don't really know much about her, but I guess we'll have to wait and see whether she's supposed to be a parallel to some character or not, or she's just like a normal random character. I would have said Uraraka, but like I said, I just cannot, I don't have much information about her. We need to see a little bit more. All that happened today was she got almost attacked by those guys, and and she helped us out a little bit with yeah, that section. So we don't have much information about her, but pink hair and everything, I feel like they're kind of going to make her draw parallel with Uraraka or something, but I might be wrong. Let's wait and see. But it's pretty obvious. Knuckle Duster is supposed to be like a parallel to All Might, and Koichi is supposed to be parallel to Midoriya. Again, I might be completely wrong, because obviously this is very different. Like All Might is supposed to be this guy who's like comes in, helps other people, and we have Knuckle Dusters beating up other people, trying to find his target, almost punching them. But yeah, I can say that Koichi is probably definitely a parallel to Midoriya because of his personality. You can see it's very same. Both of them have like Midoriya didn't even have any quirk. He has some really bad quirk that is not fit enough to help people and become a hero. And not only that, his whole thing of trying to help other people out, and and I guess it's not as extreme as Midoriya, because you can see there were a few sections where he tried to just sneak away when he saw that the things are going a little bit too damn like dangerous. But by the end of it, you could see that he did go and help. Like in the end, when Knuckle Duster came and told him that, oh, like yeah, like that's what a hero needs. He stepped up and helped Pop Step. At that time. So I guess you can say that's the time when you can kind of say that, yeah, he exactly acted as Midoriya would have acted without thinking about his own safety, went in and tried to help the other people. Same with how Midoriya helped Bakugo, if you remember, in the first episode. That's the first episode, right? Yeah, I think so. Right. So yeah, that is the three characters that we met here. Now all these characters here. Now I'm very curious as to how their powers will evolve and how they will be fighting. Because honestly speaking, like I feel bad for saying that, but it is true. Like Koichi's power doesn't seem to be something that will help him fight villains. Like he'll just glide away. So I feel like he might probably use it in some different ways to probably like help other people out, or maybe fight villains. Like some make some use of some like apply it in different other ways. Like for Midoriya, it was just super strength where he got from All Might. So yeah, that was more suited to fighting villains. His, however, I'm very curious how he's going to be fighting villains. Same with Popstep. I'm not really sure what her like quirk is, but it seems like her quirk is jumping. Like I think Koichi also said that he said something like, oh, it's so nice to have a quirk that helps you leap or something like that. So her quirk is like jumping, I'm guessing. So I'm not really sure. We'll see. Knuckle Duster, not sure. Maybe it has something to do with strength or something. Maybe beating up people. I don't know. He just came in and just beat up people. Those villains. He just beat them up. Not villains, but those guys. So yeah, this is a very interesting set of abilities, because none of these abilities you can see are that strong, and they aren't even like supposed to be helpful in fighting villains. So I'm curious as to see how they will utilize these to fight villains. So let's wait and see. The only person I can see beating up villains is Knuckle Duster here, because he seems like that type of person. Koichi, I don't see him beating up villains with that, But yeah, I'll definitely be proven wrong. I'm sure of it, because obviously, otherwise, this is a story about him and the other two. So I'm assuming they will probably be fighting a lot of villains. So let's just wait and see how he utilizes his quirk to fight. I'm guessing he's probably going to use them to, I don't know, maybe yeah, I'm not really sure. You know what? Let's just wait and see. Okay, so yeah, that was today's episode. We get introduced to these three, and now we are on the hunt for this the people who are using this drug to become like villains. As you can see, it kind of boosts their quirk, and they become these crazy monsters. Now we're on the hunt for them. We're trying to find them, beat them up, make them unconscious, see if their tongues are discolored, and if we find them, maybe we'll probably be interrogating them to get to know where they got it from. But I doubt. We did see the person who was selling it to them. He had like a mark like this here. So I doubt. Even if we get some people and threaten them to tell us where they got them from, I doubt they'll be able to say anything, because they just got it from this guy, like randomly in the street. But I guess they can probably give us some identification marks, like the scar mark that he has. Maybe that will be a good clue. But yeah, but before that, we have to first find someone and question them about this. But in the end, as you can see, Razorhead got us, and now we are in a little bit of trouble, I think. So yeah, let's wait and see. Right, now that was that. Okay, so yeah, that was today's episode. Nothing much happened today. Obviously we just got introduced to the characters and saw what type of people they are. Right, and there you go. Now, okay, you know what? Let's talk about the individual characters. I talked about Koichi. Obviously Koichi is this person who has, who wants to do good, but he probably wanted to be a hero. He's a big fan of All Might, as you can see. He even puts on the All Might hoodie. So he wants to do good. He probably wanted to be a hero as well when he was a kid, but then he got his quirk, which was just sliding. And as you saw, it's not even like super fast speed or anything. he just slides even slower than like a bicycle. So it's kind of useless, in that way. So he was said that he cannot be a hero. So that's why he's just doing other random stuff. And when he gets stressed out or something, he likes to help people. He wants to help people. That's why he puts on his disguise and goes out, into the street helping people out. I genuinely thought at that scene that he was going to, I don't know, like commit some crime or something. Like that's literally how they were kind of setting that part up, right? But then we saw him grab the things that are falling down and giving it to the people and helping them out. And I'm like, oh, okay, so he's a good person. Right now, so that is Koichi basically. Unfortunate. Like a character who wanted to be a hero, but he couldn't because of the nature of his work, and that's why he does volunteering. Helps other people and does his job, I guess, his part-time job or whatever that was. Yeah. So that is Koichi. Next, we have Popstep. Now, for Popstep, obviously, she is. I'm guessing she's like a maybe like a high schooler or something, because in the ending scene we see her wearing like a school dress, high school dress. In the ending scene. I'm guessing she's a high school. I think there was also another section where they mentioned she's a high schooler. So she's a high schooler who is an idol, and he does guerrilla lives. Obviously, those are not permitted by law. You cannot just start doing lives in the middle of the street. Even though people like it, whenever police gets hold of that, they come and stop her. I'm guessing. So that's what she does. She probably just moves around place to place, doing her life thing, and like running away whenever the police comes. Now, her quirk is, as far as I could understand, jumping or leaping. She kind of like jumps around like a pogo stick. I'm guessing that's why her name is Pop Step, I guess. And she is just, she does all of this. She's like, yeah. Now, I, from the looks of it, you can see that she's trying to hide her identity from, probably she doesn't want her actual identity, like her, like, which person he is, which high school student he is. She doesn't want that getting leaked, because I'm guessing, like, from what I saw in the ending, I think she's probably like in school. She's probably someone who's very introverted, and she wants to break out of that, and that's why she does all of this, like does this live shows and everything, and she just doesn't want her identity to get out, so that, because people might say stuff about her, to her original self, something like that, I'm assuming. I don't know. So yeah, she that's basically her thing. Now, I thought she was wearing a mask. She was actually, it was paint. I realized that later. And not only that, I think, I'm not sure, but I think she knew Koichi even before they properly met. Because you can see when she was singing, she looked at Koichi sliding away and she was looking at her. I'm guessing she probably saw him helping other people out and stuff, because he does that, he just goes around helping people out. He probably saw that, and that probably drew her attention to him. And you can see later on at night, when he was helping people out as well, he gave Koichi like some kind of a, like a drink, I think, right? Yeah, or water. I think she gave him water, right? So yeah, and that is Pop Step. Now, finally, we have Knuckle Duster, who I don't know his original name. I don't even know Pop Step's name as well. Their names wasn't revealed here. I guess we'll get to know later. But he, like, from the looks of it, what does he do? Wait a minute. Janitor Fist, Knuckle Duster. They don't really reveal anything, because you can see he goes and punches the. Right, so I don't know what his quirk is, or even if he has some. It seems like he just punches people. So you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if he's quirkless. I actually wouldn't be surprised, because like because he himself said something regarding like, oh, like it doesn't matter what type of quirk you have. What matters is if you whether you want to help people or not. If you have that thing from the inside. And he told Koichi, and you have that plenty. I saw you helping people out. You're a big fan of All Might as well. So yeah, so I actually wouldn't be surprised if he's actually quirkless. I wouldn't be surprised. But who knows? Maybe his quirk has something to do with fighting power or something, maybe something like that. But yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see. Anyways, he helps us out later on, and from what we observed of him, he is an interesting character. So basically, he helps people, obviously, but he doesn't have that thing that Koichi have. Like, I don't know, like just I guess maybe he does have it. I'm not really sure because he did technically come and help us out, but like in certain scenes you can see that he was more focused on finding out whether the guys tongues are different color than trying to help us out. He was more focused on that. So I feel like he's more of a he definitely has he definitely has the hero spirit within him. I'm guessing. Otherwise, why would he even be doing all of this? Makes no sense. So he definitely has that, but I feel like he probably doesn't have it as much as Koichi or something. I don't know, because like Koichi is something different. You saw him literally; he just helps people around, and like spends his own time helping people around, where he gets nothing from it. Like he's like a different type of a person completely. But yeah, he Knuckle Duster. He's like I said, he's very interesting. He's brash. He's loud. He's just does whatever he wants. He doesn't have any type of, I guess you could say, restraint. Like as he was saying, he was like, "Oh, we just beat people up and then look at their tongues." And coach is like, "Bro, we cannot do that." Like what the hell? Like what if the person is an innocent person just being on his way to do something else and you're just beating him up then. So yeah, that's basically Knuckle Duster. So right. Yeah, and that's what I think about these three characters. Now, well, obviously I'm sure we'll get to know more about them, so little by little uh, we'll probably form a better understanding of these three characters. And I do wonder if other characters will join later on. For now, it's these three, but I wouldn't be surprised if later on in the future other vigilantes also join our group. You know, but you know what? I hope they keep the group smaller this time, because one thing I really didn't like about My Hero Academia is how they introduce so many characters at the same time. All the characters from like from from Midoriya's class, and so many of them barely gets any development up until almost the end, maybe. Like this is the problem when you introduce a lot of characters at the same time. You cannot focus on each and every one of them. Like a lot of them just get left in the dust up until a very long time. you know so yeah, for example, I feel like what's his name from My Hero Academia, uh the I forgot his name. Sh- Shoji, right? The guy with the tentacles. um he he barely got any type of development until the recent season. If you remember, we got to know about his past over there and a lot of things there. This is what happens. Like it was like the seventh season that we finally got some development for him. So I do hope they keep this group a little bit smaller, but give all the characters proper development. That'll be good. For now it's three characters, and I feel like it'll be the best if we don't cross five characters. Like more characters can join. I'm guessing maybe some other characters will probably join our Vigilante group in the future. I don't think it'll remain three up until the very end. But even if people joins us, just keep it small, so that you can focus on them equally. Like yeah. So that's just something that I think. That's just my opinion. But anyways, little by little, I guess let's wait and see and see what happens. Let's see how these vigilantes fight crime, because honestly speaking, their quirk really aren't suitable for fighting crime. But as he said, as Knuckle Duster said, you know, all you need is a heart that wants to help people. So yeah. Right. So that was my overall impression. Oh, and in the end, you can see Eraserhead kind of gets involved in this. So yeah. And like we can see, a lot of the original My Hero Academia characters will probably be here, and you know, this is happening before Midoriya. Midoriya's group came to UA. So I am assuming like few characters here will probably, for example, Ida is not Ingenium here. I think I saw it in the opening. There was Ingenium, right? It's probably Ida's brother here. We saw Midnight here, which is just like in the main story we know what happened to her. So I'm kind of glad to see her here, obviously. Yeah, and we also saw All Might. Obviously, All Might will be here. We he's always here. Eraserhead is here. I'm guessing we get to see more of him. And who else was there at the opening sequence? There were a few others. I think I cannot remember. But yeah, like these heroes will probably see them now and then. Okay. And there you go. That was it. That was my overall impression. Now, let me talk about this episode scene by scene. In the very first scene, they kind of explain what heroes are and how they got their quirks and everything. And in the end, they kind of added that, but what about people who are not like accepted as heroes? They are these illegals, these vigilantes. You know, like society don't back them up. No heroes. Like they're not properly licensed, but they help fight crime and people help people out. Self-appointed heroes of justice, you could say. Anyways, in the beginning, we get to that incident where this villain comes in, goes crazy, and now that I'm looking at it, I think this is a villain who was under the influence of the same drug, you know, which we saw later on. So this guy starts rampaging, like Koichi is there, All Might comes in and just one punches him and just leaves with him. And Koichi's like, oh my god, this is so cool, All Might. But then he realizes that he needs to go to work. He goes and bumps into these guys, these like street bullies, and they're like, oh, pay us money. And their whole thing, deliberately dropped their drink. And Koichi just slides away. So his quirk is slide and glide. It's an interesting quirk, but obviously it's slow. It's even slower than like a motorbike or like a not motorbike, a bicycle. But I guess this probably using this quirk probably doesn't make him tired, so he can probably glide as much as he can want. Something like that, I'm assuming. But anyways, people are kind of being like, oh my god, what is that? It looks like a cockroach and everything. And also another thing they mentioned, he needs to keep 3 points of contact into the surface where he's gliding. So activating it required at least 3 points of contact with the surface. Yeah, at least 3. So he cannot, it's such a, what can I say? It's such a shame because he would have looked so much cooler if he's glided with, he cannot do that. He has to put 3 in contact, so he just cannot stay in his 2 legs and glide. He cannot do that. He has to do it like this. And yeah, it looks a bit, it looks a bit different. And that's why people, in first glance, they're like, oh my god, what the hell is that? As if he's crawling on the ground. So yeah, but anyways, that's him, and I am assuming he can glide on any surface. Maybe he can go vertically up as well. Yeah, possible. They didn't really mention that. They didn't really say that you can go horizontal only. I'm guessing he can probably climb walls like this, or like Spider-Man or something. I don't know. Yeah, so I guess we'll have to wait and see if he can do that. Right, now after that we get to meet Popstep here doing a guerrilla live. And there's a lot of people kind of cheering for her and everything, you can see. But obviously Koichi's like, she might get caught by the police. Either way, he looks at her and he says that even though you cannot see who she is, but she sparkled like a gem just then when she was like jumping. So you can say from that she probably really enjoys like like singing to people and like doing concerts like this. She's doing this because she loves it, and that's why she was like like having the time of life. And Koichi saw that and thought about that. Now obviously, since Koichi doesn't really you know isn't really a hero, licensed hero, um he as you can see, he like goes to a job, he does his job and everything. He's not really happy in that regard. That's why later on you can see the only time he feels happy is when he does help people. So in the shop, he gets like those guys come in and they beat him up. So Koichi's like, I'm going to do my thing now. He puts on All Might's like dress, or that cosplay thing that he wears, and he goes off helping people out. And people call him Nice Man. So they're like, or Nice Guy or something like that. So everyone's like, oh, it's Nice Guy, it's Nice Guy. Nice Guy, right? Nice Man, okay. So so he is kind of popular in that regard, you could say. Like obviously nobody knows his original thing, but his nice man, like persona, not persona, but in his form, yeah, a lot of people know as him just a nice person helping others out. Right, so after that you can see he meets Popstep, and Popstep gives him like a drink. Yeah, and he's like talking to her and everything, and this is where they get interrupted by these guys, and these guys grab Pop Step and starts harassing her. Koichi tries to kind of say like, "Oh, what are you doing?" But then he, he stops. He's like, "Oh my God, I cannot do anything here." Tries to leave, but then he remembers like, "No, like I'm supposed to be helping others people out. I'm a nice guy, like I cannot just ignore someone in trouble." And he goes in and tries to slide in and tackle one of the guys, and this guy is so damn big he doesn't even budge. So now the other guy, Spike, I think he uses his spike and tries to attack Koichi here. And same with Pop Step as well. They're harassing her, and this is where they were like, oh, like what are we gonna do, call All Might? Come on, do it. And that is where Knuckle Duster comes in, and he falls, not falls, he jumps and tries to land on the trash heap, but he couldn't properly like just balance himself. He just falls down, and he's like, oh, like I kind of messed up doing the landing, but it's fine, you know. Right, but obviously, even though he kind of messed up his entrance, like everyone kind of underestimated him, but he comes in and just punches them, and he punches them so damn hard that first and foremost the Spike guy just goes like out completely. Then the other two, he takes them out as well, checks whether their tongue are discolored or not, and there you go, that is that. Koichi tries to leave, but Knuckle Duster stops him and tells him that, oh, like boy, come join me in this vigilante work. And Coach is like, why me? And he says, like, obviously I saw you and you were someone who wants to help people, and I saw you, like trying to help her, and I saw you helping other people as well. So, obviously you have that thing within you. And this is where Koichi tells him about how his quirk is not fit enough to be a hero, and he also gives him the answer that All Might gave to Midoriya in episode 1 of My Hero Academia, is that you like how strong your quirk is, that's not important to be a hero. What is important is whether your body moves when someone is in trouble, whether you want to help someone, yeah. But then the Spike guy comes in, tries to takes Pop Step hostage, tries to attack her, but Koichi comes and just slides and glides and tackles him, even though he knew that he might get hurt in that process. But like what Knuckle Duster told him flashed in his head, and he started moving to help her out. So Pop Step, after getting free, she runs away, and finally we have Knuckle Duster just give him a big punch and completely like knock out the other guy. Anyways, he goes and barges into Koichi's room, starts grabbing his stuff, eating his stuff, drinking his beer, which he kept for his upperclassmen, and he's now telling him to help him out to find uh, these people who are dabbling in these drugs. So he tells them, wait, what was the name of the drug? Trigger. Okay. He tells him about Trigger and tells him that it kind of boosts like the quirk so much that it like literally goes crazy. They become a villain. And this is where we see those guys who are harassing us. They get offered that drug and they take it and they become these monsters, these crazy ass villains. And now they are, making trouble. Either way, Koichi has a lot of questions. First and foremost, he's like, why don't we leave this to the police? And he's like, obviously, police cannot really do anything here. Like, and heroes cannot really do anything as well because they don't have, they cannot really go everywhere and help every single people out. And these villains just pop up out of nowhere from the crowds. They just pop out. So the police and the heroes won't have enough time to come and help them. So we have to take things in our hands. Right. And he's like, that is why I'm going around punching people, checking their tongues. And you are going to come with me and help me do that. So yeah, next day he has brought him with him. And Koichi is also there. Popstep comes in later on, and Popstep is like, oh, what are you doing? And she helps them out to how, like a proper way, gives them a proper way to drag these people out. For example, she's like, just search on the internet. Go to the internet, in the search engine, just type that new villain like appearance or something like this. And then you can find the place, go there, ask the people the questions, and you'll get your answers. That's how you do it. Simple. But obviously, we have Knuckle Duster going crazy. He suddenly finds like a salaryman minding his own business, and he's like, "What the hell? Show me your tongue," and tries to hit him. Koichi stops him, and this is where his suitcase falls, and some hero figures pop out of it, and he tries to get to see his tongue, and Koichi tries to stop him from punching him, but Eraserhead comes in and stops them before that. So there you go. That's what happened. Now, that is the end of this episode. Good start. I'm looking forward to see where this goes. And yeah, like I said, I'm very interested in seeing how Koichi and Popstep are going to use their quirks to help fight crime. Because their quirks genuinely, it doesn't seem like something that is suitable for fighting. Yeah, you can use them to run away or slide away, glide away. But how? Yeah, you know what? I'm looking forward to that. Okay, now that was that. I'll end it here. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention. I think they had a little bit of a Izuku's mother, cameo here. That scene, I think, where he was helping everyone. Where's that part? Yeah, that's Midoriya's mom. You can see she's a lot slimmer here, but if you remember, Midoriya's mom was a lot slim back when Midoriya was a kid, I think, and even before that. There were a few scenes, if you remember, when Izuku was a kid. You can see his mom is a lot slimmer, but here, as you can see, she's exactly like that. So this is probably either when Midoriya is probably like a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old, or maybe this is when Midoriya wasn't even born. That type of a time. I think they mentioned it that this is happening before Midoriya came to UA, but they didn't really mention how many years ago it was. So from looking at Izuku's mom, I'm guessing Izuku's either very small now, maybe 3 or 4 years, or maybe this is happening before Midoriya was born. Before any of the generation was born. Something like that. But that is definitely Midoriya's mom. that was a nice little cameo, you could say. Okay, right, and that is it. Now I'll end it here. Thanks for watching, guys. This was my reaction to episode 1 of Vigilante, My Hero Academia Illegals. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. That is it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode. Excuse me. with another episode of My Hero Academia, Vigilante, My Hero Academia, Illegals. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.